Okay, I'm with Matthew Selheimer of ITinvolve now. We spoke a little while ago on ITSM TV.
Yes, we did.
How are you doing here in Vegas?
Doing great, yeah.
You're now with ITinvolve. I mean, what part of the market are you looking at there? Is there a particular area of interest or opportunity that you're trying to get into that with that product now?
Sure. You know, when ITinvolve was founded, the founders of the company did a lot of research with customers to try and understand what were some of the vexing problems that they were dealing with that the existing ITSM solutions in the marketplace were not adequately addressing. And some of the key things that they uncovered were visibility into the environment. You know, today's environments are increasingly complex, and so the ability to have visualization of the complexity in IT environments was something that they heard consistently. And another thing that they heard was the knowledge within the IT organization. So much knowledge is not actually in the systems. You know, yes, we've got SharePoint sites and we've got CMDBs and such, but a lot of knowledge really only resides in people's heads. In fact, the most current, accurate knowledge actually resides inside of people's heads. And so it's very difficult for organizations to leverage that knowledge because it requires two people or a group of people to be together on a conference call or in an email thread in order to be able to share that knowledge. So those were two of the key problems that the founders of the company set out to address by delivering a social, collaborative knowledge management solution.
Okay, I mean that's interesting because certainly collaboration and sharing of knowledge obviously is a goal that everybody's trying to achieve these days. I mean, what do you think are the keys to, you know, what are the key things that you need to do to make that successful, you know, in an organization as well as with a product?
Well, you know, in the IT industry, we talk about people, process, technology a lot, but the reality is that a lot of our tools are very process-centric or very technology-centric, and that's okay because there's a lot of value from process consistency and process adherence, but at the end of the day, it's really the people in IT that get things done. And so, you know, as an industry, I think we all need to do more to give equal emphasis to the people in the people process technology paradigm. And so that's really what we're trying to do at ITinvolve, is to be able to deliver IT service management and knowledge management solutions that are designed from much more of a people-centric as opposed to just a process-centric viewpoint.
Yeah, that's interesting because that was the theme at the start of the conference, you know, was that education and you know, structure was one thing, but actually doing was another. So, you know, like just in summary going forward, what if you were talking to an organization and they were going to implement your tool, I mean, what couple of bits of key advice would you be giving them in terms of how they organize their knowledge and how they manage the information that's in their heads, for example?
So I think we've done a good job as an industry of providing structured ways of storing knowledge, whether it's a traditional knowledge management system or a CMDB, but the reality is that the structure of those systems are actually limitations. So we need to have more of an unstructured approach, a collaborative approach that people can build on, combining knowledge from one person with knowledge from a CMDB, with knowledge from a SharePoint site, with knowledge from Visio diagrams, with knowledge from other people. So that's really what we set out to do as we work with customers to implement, is to say, what system or machine-based knowledge do you already have? Let's start with that, either to import that into ITinvolve or to federate it and link it, and then let's get the people engaged to contribute their knowledge on top of the system-based knowledge. And that way, just like with Wikipedia, you arrive at a much more accurate and much more up-to-date view of the knowledge.
Just finally, do you find that people are challenged by that though? Because I mean, you know, traditionally the sort of technical and expertise guys, you know, part of their
DNA,
and I suppose, you know, perceived value is what they know.
Right.
You know, how do you get them to kind of hand over that stuff?
Well, to be maybe a little bit simplistic, there are two kinds of people in the world. There are people who are altruistic, who are willing to share, and there are people who are, say, less altruistic, who have a tendency to hoard. What we find with our social knowledge management product is the altruistic people jump in. They're very excited about the opportunity to contribute knowledge. And then those individuals who are less altruistic, when they look at the system because they're curious, They are technologists who are curious, after all. When they look and they see things that maybe are missing, or maybe things that aren't entirely accurate, they feel compelled to jump in because they want to correct that, or they want to demonstrate their expertise or their prowess and say, what this person put in there isn't the full picture. I'm going to contribute my expertise. So it creates this sort of almost forced compulsion for them to want to be able to contribute what they know.
That's interesting. Just using that as a driver. And well, I mean, good luck with that. And thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Matt.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time.